Tarot. This is your weekly collective reading for all signs for October 27th through the October 31st. So I'll be pulling one card for each sign for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So one card per day for the 5 days for each zodiac sign. And we're going to start with Aries to begin with. I will link the each zodiac sign in the comment section, so you can fast forward to your zodiac sign or whoever zodiac sign that you wish to hear about. So as a collective message, this will be general, so it'll be an overall feeling for the day for each day. Let's call in spirit here. Okay, so you guys really liked these readings, so I'm going to do them again. So we're going to start with Aries here and see what the week has in store for you, Aries. Angels, guides, ancestors. Most important messages for Aries. For Monday, please. Monday. Of course, it fell on the floor. We have the Four of Pentacles. Tuesday for Aries, please. We have the Three of Cups. Wednesday for Aries. We have the Magician. Thursday for Aries. We have the Four of Swords. And Friday for Aries, please. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. So the overall feeling for the week for you, Aries, is the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. It seems like you could be walking towards something this week, or you have a momentum to work towards something, is what I'm feeling with the Eight of Cups here. So there is a momentum for this week, Aries, that you are working towards something that you're wanting to accomplish. You have perseverance. You may be taking a risk. But yeah, there is some type of endurance or perseverance that you have in order to head towards what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. On Monday, you may be feeling like you need to hold on to your finances a little bit. Perhaps you may need to save, or in order to maybe get to where you're wanting. You may be trying to save your money or be a little bit more miserly and less spending at this time in order to maybe get to the goal that you're wanting to perhaps walk towards. On Tuesday, I do see a celebration of some sort here, a merriment of some sort, a gathering of friends, perhaps getting together. It seems like a good time. There is mutual respect here with the Three of Cups. It feels like it's very good for you on Tuesday with the Three of Cups. You could also be getting together with people to help solve a problem or moving towards this goal that you're wanting to do. So you could be getting together with people in order to come up with a common way to attain whatever goal it is that you want. On Wednesday, we have the Magician here in the reverse position. There may be some confusion that you have on Wednesday for whatever reason. You may have wanted to learn something new and you're having a hard time learning that. You may be confused by something that's new that's come in. Somebody could be confusing you as well. On Thursday, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse position. I feel like you're wanting to get out and get social again. So you may have some social thing that you're wanting to do or get out, and you have some obligation to be social on Thursday. But I definitely feel like after a period of rest, you will be getting out and being social on Thursday. For Friday, I see the Ten of Pentacles. Friday is Halloween. I definitely feel a separation from family. You may be missing days gone by with the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe you're remembering that your children, when they were younger, when they had Halloween, there is some type of separation within a family dynamic or home that you could be thinking about a lot on Friday. So that's the messages I have for you, Aries. Let's move on to Taurus. Oops. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what the week brings for you. I hope that you're all doing well. I'm still recovering from my D-flap surgery for breast cancer that I had like 9 years ago. Had multiple surgeries, and this was the final one that I'm going to be doing. Things are still going well. I'm healing more and more every day, but still very, very sore, still on medications around the clock. I do see my doctor tomorrow, so I hope to get the drains out, but we'll see. So let's see what Taurus has in store for the week. Okay, Monday for Taurus, please, Spirit. Monday for Taurus. Monday for Taurus, please, Spirit. We have the Page of Wands. For Tuesday for Taurus, please. We have the Queen of Swords. On Wednesday for Taurus, we have the Seven of Cups. On Thursday for Taurus, please. We have the Judgment card. And for Friday for Taurus, please. And we have the Temperance card. Okay. 2 major arcana. Back of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. Okay. Oh, well, at least the overall feeling feels very good. It's about a coming together. There could be a wedding. There could be marriage. There's a celebration of sorts with the Four of Wands in the shadow for the overall feeling for the week here. There's some stability. There's stableness overall, everything. Although what I'm seeing throughout the week, it feels like you're going to be going like this, but your overall feeling is that this is you are stable. Things are stable. You're in a stable environment. You're in a stable marriage. You're in a strong foundation. Whatever it is, that's the overall feeling for the week. Now, with Page of Wands on Monday, this is all about creative thinking, being coming up with some ideas in order to move forward. So you may be using your creative skills in order to come up with some type of idea. It could be a work idea. It could be a personal idea. It could be whatever it is. It could be related to the security of your home life. Okay. On Tuesday, you could be dealing with somebody that's deceitful and a liar, with the Queen of Swords being reversed. It feels like you could be dealing with somebody that is this way. You may know somebody that is this way, but they cannot be trusted, in other words. So you could be dealing with somebody that cannot be trusted on Tuesday with the Queen of Swords. Somebody that may be bad-tempered, somebody that it could be deceitful or cruel towards you. I hope this is not within your home environment, but it feels like you're dealing with somebody with a bad temper. It could also be you. You could lose your temper on Tuesday, okay? But keep in mind that your foundation is strong. Perhaps you losing your temper, okay, is on Tuesday, and the overall feeling is you should not be losing your temper because your foundation is strong, okay? So this could be you, that you are losing your cool on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have the Seven of Cups. I think you're seeing the reality of the situation. Perhaps you may have lost your temper, or somebody might have lost a temper within a situation. But you're seeing the reality of the situation with the Seven of Cups on Wednesday. And it feels like you're seeing the reality of what happened on Tuesday on Wednesday. You're seeing the reality of the situation. On Thursday, we have the Judgment card in the reverse position. It feels like you are not being, you're not connecting to the divine the way that you should be at this time, with the Judgment card being reversed. It's a call for slowing down, connecting again to the divine, okay, in order to fulfill what it is you're wanting to manifest, fulfill the things that you worry about, etc. But I do see, because you are not connected to spirit, you are leaving yourself in fear and worry in that lower chakra energy on Thursday. So there could be some kind of fear, guilty feeling, and it may be you feeling guilty about losing your temper on Tuesday, seeing the reality of the situation on Wednesday, and then feeling guilty about what you did on Tuesday. So that could be something that goes on here. On Friday, we have the Temperance here, and it feels like you are more divinely connected on Friday again, after feeling guilty maybe about what you've done or what you went through or witnessed on Tuesday, seeing the reality of the situation, feeling bad about it. And then on Friday, you are more grounded and connected to the divine with the Temperance card. So that's the messages I have for you, Taurus. Let's move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. Again, these are general readings. Take what resonates, take the rest. All right, Virgo. Angels, guides, ancestors. Most important messages for Virgo for the week of October 27th through the 31st. What do we need to know for Monday for Virgo, please? Monday. Monday for Virgo. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Tuesday for Virgo, please. We have the Ten of Wands. For Wednesday for Virgo, please. Two of Wands. For Thursday for Virgo. And for Friday for Virgo, please. I see that Ace of Pentacles. Okay, there could be a loss of money or something that is delayed when it comes to money this week here. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in the shadow. There could be some type of delay of finances coming in or something that you're waiting upon, Virgo, a check in the mail, something like that. There's some type of delay with finances this week. That's the overall feeling. So on Monday, you're feeling pretty proud of yourself. You've accomplished a lot. You're sitting pretty in your pentacles here. You may have accomplished a task. You're waiting for the reward. As the Queen of Pentacles here. You like a life of luxury. You like the finer things in life. You may be an animal lover. You may love nature, etc. with the Queen of Pentacles here. But you definitely like a life of luxury, and that could be why you're waiting for, there could be a delay in finances here because you like this. So that's what I'm feeling for you on Monday. Is perhaps, you know, you're waiting for your reward. You feel very comfortable in your own skin. You're very generous natured person, okay? That's how you're feeling on Monday. On Tuesday, you're pretty exhausted. You've been doing a lot of tasks, carrying a heavy load, in other words, with the Ten of Wands. Carrying a heavy burden on Tuesday. Perhaps working so hard in order to make ends meet, to have the finer things in life that you like, is now wearing you out. And it could be wearing you out because you've been waiting on this money, this Ace of Pentacles that is delayed, okay? So on Tuesday, I feel like you could be very tired. You have a very heavy load that you're carrying. On Wednesday, you have the Two of Wands, and it feels like you're you could be making a decision about something, deciding on one way or the other. Do I want more of a luxury lifestyle? Do I want to keep working this hard in order to obtain what it is that I enjoy having? Or do I want to slow down here, so that I don't feel so overwhelmed and overburdened here? It could be something like that, but there could be some kind of a decision that needs to be made, or a trying to balance out a situation here with the Two of Wands. You may be feeling like, I need to make a decision one way or another, and you're contemplating that on Wednesday. On Thursday, you have the Seven of Cups. I think you're seeing the reality of your situation. It could be related to your finances. It doesn't have to be, but you're seeing a reality of a situation on Thursday. So you're really seeing the truth of something. And on Friday, you have the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. With the Nine of Cups being reversed, it feels like you are then having financial worries again, perhaps because of the delay of this money, of the overall feeling for you, Virgo. So you could be having some financial worries, or just feeling imperfect because you do not have what it is you're wanting. So that could be the overall feeling for the week, is like you work really hard for what you have, and there's a delay in that coming for all the work that you've done. You're going to contemplate on whether you want to keep doing this or not. You're seeing the reality of the situation, that you're going to continue to have to work very, very hard in order to get what it is you want. And then on Friday, you're seeing the reality of the situation. And now you're worried, if I do step away from this, am I going to have financial troubles? Or am I not going to be able to buy the luxury items that I like to have? So that's the messages I have for you, Virgo. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let's move on to Gemini. Messages for Gemini, please, for the week of October 27th, 2025 through the 31st, please, Spirit. What's in store for Monday for Gemini? Monday for Gemini, please. We have the Two of Pentacles. Something is off balance for you on Monday. For Tuesday, please, for Gemini, we have the Knight of Swords. Could be walking away from something. For Wednesday, for Gemini, please, we have the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, it feels like a breakup or something. And Thursday, for Gemini, we have the Six of Swords, turbulent water, and for Friday for Gemini, and we have the Six of Wands, which is victory. Okay, very interesting here. So we have the Nine of Cups here, Gemini, in the shadow for your overall feeling for the week. You're feeling you feel like you may have some choices to make. And I feel like that's the main feeling that I feel for the week for you, okay? There are choices that need to be made for your overall well-being, okay? There's a lot of choices that need to be made for your overall well-being. So on Monday, you have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse position. So something is off balance, okay? Something is off balance. You're feeling it. There may be some choices that need to be made in overall for your overall well-being, okay? And something feels off on Monday. There's something that's imbalanced. On Tuesday, you may decide to walk away from something with the Knight of Swords here. It's almost like you're surrendering, you're giving up. You're not going to be the hero of this. You're not going to try to make things better. You're walking away from the situation. And then on Wednesday, I do see with the Lovers card in the reverse position, perhaps a breakup, a separation, something like that here from a significant love interest. So it could be somebody that you've decided that for your overall well-being, you're making a decision because there's an imbalance here and you're needing to walk away from the situation. You can no longer fix this. So there is a separation or a breakup on Wednesday. On Thursday, you may be feeling like you're in the turbulent water with the Six of Swords here. You may be feeling very overwhelmed, feeling like you're going down, the ship is going down kind of feeling on Thursday. So you may be feeling your feels on Thursday, perhaps after a breakup with the Six of Swords. So you may be feeling your feels. You may be you may be crying. You may be very upset about what has happened, but you really needed to make this decision in order for your overall well-being. By Friday, you're going to be in the spotlight again. You're going to feel victorious. You're going to feel like you made the right decision on Friday, Gemini. So if you can make it through Friday, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel like the decision that you made was for your overall well-being, and you're going to feel victorious. Some of you might be actually in the spotlight as well. So you could be a singer, you could be an artist, you could be something where people are gathered around and they are supporting you as well. So maybe through this breakup, this separation, whatever, you have people that are supporting you, and you are in the spotlight here and feeling victorious. So it seems like some type of decision that you needed to make for your overall well-being in perhaps a love relationship that is coming to an end. You're going to feel pretty bad on Thursday, but by Friday, you're going to feel very good, and you're going to have a lot of support from others. Let's move on to Cancer. I'm going to shuffle that again for you, Cancer. Okay, angels, guides, ancestors, most important message for Cancer, Monday through Friday, October 27th, 2025 through the 31st. Messages for Monday for Cancer, please. Messages for Monday for Cancer. Okay, we have two cards here. We have the Five of Wands and the Chariot. For Tuesday for Cancer, we have the King of Swords. For Wednesday for Cancer, please. We have the Eight of Swords reversed. For Thursday for Cancer, and for Friday for Cancer, please. And we have the Page of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the Magician. Okay. So the overall feeling for you for the week is all about manifestation. You could be trying to manifest something in your life at this time. That's the overall feeling I have for you, Cancer, for the week. You are really tapping into your manifestation skills by doing, affirmations, by doing meditation, really grounding yourself in the earth, things like that. Cancer is what I'm feeling like the overall feeling for you. As above, so below, things like that. That's what I'm feeling for you. On Monday, I see a very slow-moving energy for you on Monday. And with the Five of Wands being reversed, you could be negotiating with somebody, perhaps at work, working at a solution of some sort, using your differences to an advantage, but it's a slow-moving, negotiation. Okay? So you may be trying to work out a solution of some sort, but it's a slow-moving thing. You're not sure how to do it. So it may not happen on Monday. The solution may not happen because it's slow-moving with the Chariot being reversed. On Tuesday, Cancer, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords being upright just means that, you know, you're being very determined about what it is that you're wanting. It could have something to do with you working out a solution, and you're determined to get to that solution. Maybe you're negotiating a raise, or maybe you're negotiating some type of solution in a situation where you're wanting to manifest some new reality, okay? And you are really staying disciplined and in control and determined in order to get what it is you're wanting. Being disciplined, maybe in meditation, grounding yourself, using your crystals, you know, all of that. Being mindful about your thought patterns, all of that. On Wednesday, I'm definitely seeing that you want your independence here. You're definitely wanting to maybe branch out on your own. You're wanting to maybe be independently, you know, on your own. Maybe that's what this is about. Maybe negotiating how to be more independent, financially independent, not bound by something, seeing yourself as an independent, free being. And that's what I'm feeling for you on Wednesday. On Thursday, I feel like there's a time for celebration. You could actually maybe get to a point where you're talking about something that has already manifested, that has happened for you. You could be getting together with friends and talking about and looking at the stars and saying, you know, I manifested this. This has happened so far for me. I was determined. I am free to do what it is, to manifest what it is that I want. I'm a free spiritual being to manifest whatever it is that I want in my life. And you could be celebrating with others. There's merriment here on Thursday. On Friday, I feel like you're really using your skills in order to really think creatively on Friday in order to maybe get more things that it is that you're wanting to feel this independence here. So you could be doing a lot of creative thinking on Friday. So that's the messages I have for you, Cancer. Let's move on to Libra. Okay, messages for Libra for October 27th through the 31st. General message, please, for all placements of Libra. What's in store for Monday, please, Spirit, for Libra? We have the World card. For Tuesday for Libra, please. We have the Emperor, 2 major arcanas. For Wednesday, please, for Libra. We have the 5 of Swords. For Thursday, for Libra, please. We have the King of Swords. And for Friday, for Libra. And we have the 7 of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So the overall feeling for the week for you, Libra, is all about creativity, coming up with new ideas in order to solve a problem, something like that. So you could be really thinking logically and creatively in order to get what it is that you're wanting to get accomplished for the week. To start your reading, we have the World card in the reverse position. This makes me feel like there's maybe some unfinished business here. As the World is reversed here, something has not come to a completion because there is unfinished business here. This could leave you frustrated. This could be an incomplete project or something that has not, there's unfinished business here on Monday. It could just be a project that has not been finished yet. On Tuesday of the Emperor here, this is Aries energy. You could be dealing with an Aries on Tuesday. Doesn't have to be, but this is a strong, generally a male figure, somebody that's a leadership role, accomplished, ambition. This could be also you, Libra. So you're really determined to accomplish whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish. And it could perhaps be this project or something that you're wanting to close out or finish. It feels like on Wednesday that there's a lot of chaos. I feel like this is internal conflict that could be causing you a headache. So perhaps not getting this project or whatever it is that you're wanting to complete done, it's giving you a headache. You have this internal conflict going on, like, am I ever going to get this done? You have a lot of determination and it's not coming to fruition here. And it could be causing you Wednesday to like really like shut down, and there's a lot of internal conflict, and you could be having a headache as well. There could be somebody that's whispering in your ear and you're just like, I'm tired of hearing of it. I'm tired of hearing about it, is what I'm feeling. There could be somebody nagging at you, which is giving you a headache as well. On Thursday, we have the King of Swords as well in the upright position. This is somebody who's very logical, determined as well. I feel like you're coming back to that determination on Thursday here, Libra, with the King of Swords. Really being in control, being a leader, being determined in order to perhaps finish out whatever it is that you're wanting to finish out here. So again, feeling more disciplined again, being logical about the situation instead of getting in your head here, letting people whisper in your ear. People are nagging at you, whatever, and you're having some mental imbalance here. There could be mental conflict going on Wednesday. By Friday, you have the Seven of Wands here in the reverse position. I feel like you're getting right back to, having some self-doubt here, having, seeing that you cannot get this accomplished very quickly. So you're having a lot of doubt about yourself or about your ability in order to finish out whatever project that this is. So the overall feeling is to really think creatively in order to maybe close out whatever it is that you're wanting to end. That's causing you a lot of grief and internal conflict here. It seems like somebody's nagging at you about this on Wednesday. Let's move on to Leo. So if you like these readings, please make sure you're giving me those thumbs up. You guys really liked this type of reading last time, so that's why I'm doing it again. All right, Leo. Angels, guides, ancestors, most important messages for Leo for the week of October 27th through the 31st. General reading for all placements of Leo. Monday, we have the Wheel of Fortune. On Tuesday for Leo, please, we have the Nine of Wands. For Wednesday for Leo, please, we have the Six of Pentacles. For Thursday for Leo, please, we have the Four of Pentacles. And for Friday for Leo, we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, back of the deck, we have the King of Cups in the reverse position for the overall feeling for the week here, Leo. So with the King of Cups being reversed, you may be dealing with somebody over the week that is very difficult to please, or maybe it's you. Maybe you're difficult to please. That's the overall feeling for the week. You could be dealing with some type of character that's just not happy. Somebody that has a lack of creativity, just somebody that's very difficult to please. This could also be you. You may be having a hard time to please this week. So take what resonates. On Monday, it feels like the wheel is turning in your favor here, as the Wheel of Fortune is the upright position. So something has started momentum to move, okay? There is something that you may have been waiting on that is now moving, and the wheel is turning in your favor. On Tuesday, you have the Nine of Wands in the upright position. You may be stopping to ponder, or taking a pause of some sort and really thinking about all that you've accomplished. You may have been really holding all of these wands and you're like, okay, I need to take a break. this is really heavy load, but I've got to get to the 10 in order to accomplish what I want to accomplish. So you could be stepping back and pondering all the work that you've done. Now you're seeing that all of this work that you've done and the wheel is now turning in your favor. You may have to stop and kind of like look at things again and be like, I need to take a break for a second and look at what I've accomplished here. By Wednesday, it seems like you're going to have a payout of some sort. This could be due to the work that you've been doing. So the wheel is now turning in your favor. So for instance, and again, take what resonates here. Perhaps you're an artist, okay? You completed a painting, okay? It took you a long time to complete. You want to step back and look at this thing. You're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I haven't signed it yet, but I've completed this painting, okay? So you're looking at it, you're like pondering, I need to pause, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody offers you money towards it, okay? So the financial is coming in for you on Wednesday. Somebody could be offering to pay for something that you've worked hard for. It could be just that you receive a sum of money of some sort with the Six of Pentacles being upright. This could be somebody that's giving you a gift. So, somebody could be even sending you flowers on Wednesday, something like that. On Thursday, you're now wanting to hold on to those pentacles. So maybe you go from 6 to 4. So perhaps somebody was very generous, gave you a good fortune here. You've spent a little bit of it, and then you're saying, okay, I spent 2 of the pentacles, so I'm going to hold on to the rest here. I'm going to save the rest. I'm going to put money into a savings account, something like that on Thursday. I spent a little bit of it, but the rest I'm going to hold on to for another day. And then on Friday, I feel like you're using your imagination. It could be tied to, what am I going to do next? I've accomplished this. The wheel is turned in my favor. I've just about completed this on Tuesday. It seems like I had a nice payout on Wednesday. I used a little bit of the money to buy what I wanted, and I'm saving the rest. And now on Friday, you're thinking about, what can I do next? You're using your imagination, Leo, in order to maybe manifest this again for yourself so that you can bring in more money. That's the messages I have for you. If you liked it, Leo, please give me a thumbs up. Let's move on to Scorpio. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments too, like how you resonated with this. It would be really great. Or maybe just come back next week and say, you know what, that did happen on Monday, that did happen on Wednesday, whatever. All right, Scorpio. Angels, guides, ancestors. Most important message for Scorpio for the week of October 27th through the 31st. Messages for Monday for Scorpio, please. We have the Two of Cups. Messages for Scorpio for Tuesday, please. We have the Eight of Swords. Messages for Wednesday. We have the King of Swords. Messages for Thursday for Scorpio. We have the Three of Cups. And messages for Friday for Scorpio, please. We have the Eight of Cups. Okay. Back of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. So what am I feeling? I'm feeling like there's some type of relationship here that you're dealing with this week. It feels like you can no longer, the overall feeling is the Knight of Swords here. It feels like you can no longer fix this. You're no longer hermiting away thinking about this. You're not taking a stand here. And you're not going to be walking towards anything. You're going to be perhaps walking away. That's the overall feeling I feel for you, Scorpio, for the week. Now, this doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be also a friendship or some type of relationship that I'm no longer going to try to fix this. Okay, you're going to be walking away from it. And Monday, I feel like there is a coming together of two people here. This could be a friendship, this could be a relationship, etc. But as we go through the week, things get worse. And I feel like you're no longer, it's like the beginning of the week is good, and then it goes downhill. And it's like you're no longer, the overall feeling for the week is you're not going to go try to fix this anymore. Because by Tuesday, this connection that you have, whether it's a friendship, whatever, you're feeling tied. You're feeling bound. You're feeling burdened. You do not feel independent. You feel like somebody's restricting you from what it is that you're wanting. You may be feeling blinded. You maybe feel like trapped within a situation on Tuesday. So it's like this relationship, whether this is a friendship or a love relationship, feels like it goes like this a lot for you, Scorpio. Up and down, up and down, up and down. You go back, they do better for a little bit, and then things get worse again, okay? Or it's a relationship, like you call them, and then you're like, hey, you need to call me sometimes. And then they're like, yeah, I'll call you. And then they don't, So it's a relationship that it's back and forth all the time. It's like you're playing tennis, Is it a good game or is it a bad game kind of thing is what it feels like. And you're feeling very trapped within this situation. It feels like you cannot get out of it. By Wednesday, you have the King of Swords here in the reverse position. With the King of Swords being reversed, I feel like somebody's really being selfish in a situation. It could be you. It could be like, I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm now going to start thinking about myself. And that's what it feels like here. I'm tired of this. Somebody's maybe being selfish. It could be you just because you're tired of this and I'm not going to fix this anymore. I'm not going to feel trapped and bound by the situation any longer. So maybe you're being a little more selfish, or this could be them that you're dealing with, that they're being selfish. By Thursday, we have the Three of Cups here. In the reverse position, I feel like you're just losing interest in this situation anymore. You're like, you've lost interest in this. I no longer want to feel bound by this. I'm now going to maybe be selfish and really love myself here. And now I'm not interested in this any longer. And by Friday, it feels like you're walking away. So whatever type of relationship this is, whether love or this is some type of friendship or family member or whatever that you've been dealing with, you're no longer going to sit around and try to fix the situation. You're no longer going to keep quiet. In other words, like the Hermit here in the reverse position, you're going to step out. You're going to walk away from the situation. You no longer want to feel trapped. You're going to be a little more selfish, or that person is very selfish. And you're going to take a stand here, okay? And walk away from this is what it feels like for you for the week, Leo. So take what resonates. If you like the reading, please give me a thumbs up. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Did I say Leo? I meant Scorpio, that last sentence there. So yeah, so Scorpio, it looks like there could be some type of ending or walking away from some type of relationship. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius for the week of October 27th through the 31st. Please, Spirit, all placements for Sagittarius. For Monday, please, Spirit. Messages for Monday for Sagittarius. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. Tuesday, we have the the World. Wednesday for Sagittarius. We have the Magician. Thursday, we have the Moon card. Boy, what a crazy week for you, Sagittarius. And Friday for Sagittarius, please. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. Back of the deck, we have the Tower card. Okay. That makes sense then. Okay, so the overall feeling is the Tower card in the reverse position. This is an unexpected event that is going to happen. Something that is traumatic, something that is coming to an end, something that is unforeseen, something that is unexpected, that's going to really shake things up for you through the week here, Sagittarius. We have the Knight of Cups here for Monday in the reverse position. I feel like you could be dealing with somebody that is, oh, my light went out. Somebody that is a deceptive person, perhaps a scam artist, or somebody that's lying to you. Perhaps you find out that somebody's been lying to you, and that's the big tower moment for you. This is something that you were that was unexpected. This could be somebody that's cheating on you romantically as well, with the Knight of Cups being reversed and it being a cup card. So this could be somebody that you find out that somebody had, you may see something on their phone that they were talking with somebody. They could be on a dating app. You could see some type of messages, but it's going to lead you to know that they've been deceiving you. By Tuesday, I see an ending on Tuesday with the World card here. So something is coming to completion or an end in order to start a new beginning. And then on Wednesday, you have the Magician card, another major arcana in the reverse position. You may be kind of feeling very confused about what happened here is what I'm feeling. You're unable to manifest anything because you're like blindsided by this with the Tower card here. You were not expecting this to maybe find out about this cheating, deceptive person. And now you've ended things. And by Wednesday, you're like, what the hell happened? I'm like, I had no idea. Like, I'm so blindsided. I had all these plans and I find out that this person is deceiving me. By Tuesday, you end the relationship. By Wednesday, you're feeling like, what the heck happened? On Thursday, you've got yourself all up in your head with the Moon card. So this is a major event for you, Sagittarius. You got yourself all up in your head here, really, in your subconscious, like, what the heck am I going to do? How did this happen? What is this lesson? Why did, all of these things, you're really in your head on Thursday. And by Friday, we have the Queen of Cups in the upright position. It feels like with the Queen of Cups being upright, it's almost like you feel better. It's almost like you've reconnected to the divine here, knowing that you're a kind and caring person and really devoted to inner healing and strength is what I feel on Friday. So it's going to be a week for you. You don't have to be female to be kind and caring. You're a devoted person. You use your imagination, and you're going to be guided to what your next endeavor will be. So whether this is a breakup, which it feels like somebody that might have you've been romantically tied to that may have been deceiving you, that you end the relationship. It doesn't have to be. But you're going to see by Friday that you're an important person. You're a kind, caring person. You're very giving. And this person lost out on this. So you're going to feel better by Friday. But this is definitely a tower moment. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas here. So this is a major thing that has happened for you this week, Sagittarius. So yeah, and it's unexpected, very unexpected. It's going to kind of throw you up on your heels. You're going to end it on Tuesday. You're going to say, what the heck happened by Wednesday? You're going to be up in your head Thursday. And by Friday, you're going to feel a lot better and say, you know what? I deserve better. So that's the messages I have for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to pause the video to see if I can fix my light. Okay, sorry about that. For whatever reason, I cannot fix this light, so I'm going to look at it after a while. But we're going to move on to, where are we at? We're at Capricorn. So hopefully there's enough light here. I think it looks okay on the camera, so I think we'll be okay. So let's see what the messages are for Capricorn for the week of October 27th through the 31st. Angels, guides, ancestors. Most important message for Capricorn. Week of October 27th through the 31st. Messages for Monday for Capricorn, please. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Messages for Capricorn for Tuesday. We have the Hermit. Messages for Capricorn for Wednesday. We have the Justice card. Messages for Capricorn for Thursday. We have the World card. Messages for Capricorn for Friday. Got 3 major arcana here as well for you, Capricorn. And Friday, we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Back of the deck, we have the King of Swords. All right. King of Swords being reversed. The overall feeling for the week with the King of Swords being reversed is you may be dealing with somebody that's selfish. You could be feeling more selfish about things or the overall week, really thinking about yourself more. But this is just being, really thinking about you. It may feel unfair to other people, but you're really maybe taking the reign and really thinking about yourself this week, Capricorn. On Monday, I feel like this could be you. This is the Queen of Pentacles. You like more luxury items. You like the finer things in life. You're sitting pretty. You're like, you know what? I don't care what other people think. I really care about myself. I want the finer things in life. I want to feel, surrounded by these things. I want to feel, I don't want to feel the burden of being financially insecure. This is how I want things. And that's the feeling for Monday. On Tuesday, it feels like you maybe have been hermiting yourself a little bit. So you could be getting more social on Tuesday. Capricorn, so you could be stepping out and being more social on Tuesday. Need a drink of my coffee. On Wednesday, we have the Justice card in the reverse position. There could be an imbalance of some sort. This is Libra energy as well. There's some type of imbalance that is happening. It feels like it could be a mental imbalance for you. Perhaps, you're wanting what you want, happy to have all these luxury things. You're stepping out into the spotlight. By Wednesday, you're kind of like, I don't feel so well. Maybe you drank a little bit too much. Who knows? But there is an imbalanced feeling on Wednesday. By Thursday, there's a completion of a cycle. Something has come to an end and a new beginning has begun for you with the World card. This is a completion of a cycle. You're very happy about it. Something has happened here where you're smiling. Something has finally come to an end. Something has finally come to completion. Something has finally gotten off the ground. One of these things where it makes you happy, okay? Something has finally come in for you. But on Friday, it looks like you could be spending a little bit more money than you actually have. So even though you like these luxury items here, Capricorn, by Friday, just be very careful about your spending on Friday. You could be deciding to do a little shopping and could spend a little bit too much. So keep that in mind. So that's the messages I have for you, Capricorn. Let's move on to Aquarius. Again, if you like my readings, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section as well. All right, Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius for the week of October 27th through the 31st. Messages for Monday for Aquarius. We have the Moon card. Messages for Aquarius for Tuesday, please, Spirit. We have the High Priestess. Messages for Aquarius for Wednesday, please, Spirit. We have the Six of Pentacles. Messages for Aquarius on Thursday. Okay, well, it came out reversed. The Sun card. And messages for Aquarius on Friday, please. And we have the Judgment. My goodness, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. Back of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. Okay. So the overall feeling for you, Aquarius, for the week, it feels like with the Five of Cups, it feels like you're kind of just sitting and pondering things. There could be an offer of love that somebody wants to give you, but you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to take it or not. You know, I'm looking at what has happened here. You could have a lot of disappointment and regret when it comes to a love relationship. There could be a new offer for you, but you're like, look at all these spilled cups. I'm tired of going through this. I'm tired of wasting my time. And there could be a new offer for you, but you're like, you're not even looking at it. It's like right behind you. And you're like, you're just looking at everything that you've done. You're pondering and you have a lot of regret on, the 4 cups that are all spilled here. There's one right behind you that is full and abundant for you, but you're like, you're not even looking at it. That's the overall feeling for the week for you, Aquarius. And on Monday, it feels like it kind of reminisces that feeling as you were really up in your head about it. You could have a lot of regret at this time over, perhaps a broken relationship, broken friendship, broken whatever, and you're up in your head here on Monday. On Tuesday, it feels like you're not really following your intuition with the High Priestess. You're not being connected divinely to your intuition and that God sense within you, that Christ consciousness within you. You are not being divinely guided by that. You're taking action by the physical. You're not using your intuition in order to move forward. On Wednesday, Aquarius, it feels like you could be spending a little bit too much money. So watch your finances. Make sure you're not overspending. Make sure you look at your accounts to make sure you're not overdrawing on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have the Sun card in the reverse position, another major arcana. Being reversed, you could be feeling very lonely or separated from somebody. Maybe that's what has gone on before this reading, is that you could have gone through a breakup or several breakups or some type of where you really got yourself in your head about the regret you have through this. And now you're feeling very lonely. You're separated from somebody, etc. So you're up in your feels on Thursday. By Friday, it feels like you're more connected to the divine with the Judgment card being upright. You're being inspired. You are feeling a lot better as you are more connected to the divine and moving forward. There is new beginnings. This could also be a spiritual awakening that could be happening for you as well. Let's move on to Pisces. Now I'm a Pisces too. So Aquarius, if you like the reading, please give me a thumbs up. Let's see what the week is in store for the sign of Pisces. All placements, please. Angels, guides, ancestors, most important message for the Pisces, all placements. October 27th through the 31st, please. Messages for Monday for Pisces. Messages for Monday for Pisces, please. Well, that's too many. Messages for Pisces, please, Spirit, for Monday. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. Messages for Pisces for Tuesday. We have the Three of Cups. Messages for Pisces. The Devil in the reverse position. Messages for Pisces for Thursday. We have the Queen of Cups and messages for Pisces on Friday, please, Spirit. And we have the Two of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. With the Nine of Pentacles being in the upright position in the shadow, the overall feeling is, you like the finer things in life. You could be an animal lover. Your finances are doing pretty well with the Nine of Pentacles. You're feeling very good about it. Like I said, you could be an animal lover. You may like the finer things in life with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so the overall feeling, your finances, you're feeling pretty good. There's a lot of, you could be an independent female. So things are going pretty well for you. For Monday, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse position. You could be dealing with somebody that's very secretive or a liar or a lazy person. So you could be, or you could be just being selfish yourself. You could just be saying, like for instance, I'm a Pisces. So I'm saying Monday, you know what? I don't feel good. I'm still not coming to work. I'm not planning on it, but I'm just saying that could be a way of you being selfish. In other words, you're really thinking about yourself. Or you could be dealing with a deceptive liar or selfish person on Monday. On Tuesday, it feels like you could be getting together with others and really celebrating with the Three of Cups here being the upright position, or coming up with some type of solution, and there's some type of celebration because of it, because maybe you made it through something that was very difficult on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you're dealing with the Devil, which is a major arcana in the reverse position. Whether the Devil is upright or reversed, this is a character that cannot be trusted. This could be somebody that's wanting to have control over your mind. So this could be somebody that's sending you messages, really getting you up in your head, something like that. But whenever the Devil comes out, whether it's, somebody is wanting to put you on puppet strings or whatever, this is mind control in the reverse position. Somebody's wanting to have mind control over you, and they could do it through subtle means, is what it feels like. This person cannot be trusted. Pisces, on Thursday, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. Like, I already know who this is in my life, okay? So figure out, I'm sure you already know who this is too. Somebody that always wants to play mind games with you, okay? On Thursday, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. It feels like, you could have, this person is untrustworthy, and you're realizing that you can't trust this person. They are unreliable. They may making empty promises, mind control, etc. And then you realize on Thursday, like, I can't trust this person. And then on the Friday of the Two of Swords, it feels like there's balance here. You're remaining balanced within yourself here. Very confident, independent person, and you become balanced again by perhaps closing off, yourself, stop looking at what they're sending you. They could be sending you messages, things like that. By blinding yourself from that, it brings back balance here. And this is Libra energy as well with the Two of Swords here. So it feels like you're maintaining balance and realizing that this person is not to be trusted. They're wanting mind control, and you realize what they're doing on Thursday. And by Friday, it feels like you've kind of stepped into your power, and you've remained balanced here. Okay, so that's the messages I have for you, Pisces. And the rest of the signs, I hope you enjoyed the messages for the week for October 27th through the 31st. Again, this is the second time I've done a reading like this, and you guys liked it last time, so please let me know if you like it again, and I'll keep doing these. Have a wonderful week, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day today. Today is Sunday, and please be kind and compassionate to one another, and I hope you have a happy Halloween too. Namaste.